In a move that has left many Pakistanis both bewildered and amused, the Pakistani government has allocated 2 billion Pakistani rupees to the military's public relations wing, the Inter-Service Public Relations, in order to combat fake news. The irony of this allocation has not escaped the public, and many argue that the very entity tasked with countering disinformation has long been accused of peddling it itself. Hello and welcome to The Print. My name is Debdutta, and in today's episode of Go to Pakistan, we discuss the Pakistan government's recent move to allot 2 billion Pakistani rupees to their army. Columnist Mohammad Taqi captured the mood of the moment on Twitter and wrote, "The pioneer, purveyor and profiteer of fake news, the ISPR, gets 2 billion to fight its own product." Pakistani economist Javed Hassan told The Print that while an amount of 2 billion is not a huge amount that would break the government's back, allocation of such funds at a time when the country is running behind on critical IMF targets is frivolous and wasteful. He said, and I quote, "While the economic impact would be limited, it does raise questions about whether this is the best time to use limited resources and effective allocation of funds." Announced shortly after the unveiling of Pakistan's new 5-year economic plan, Project Uran, this project aims to technologically upgrade the ISPR to counter what officials have described as a growing threat from fake news. The initiative, led by the Economic Coordination Committee, endorsed by Finance Minister Muhammad Aurangzeb and Chief of Army Staff General Asim Munir, calls for significant investment in digital tools and cybersecurity. However, the timing of this investment amid ongoing economic hardships has led to debates about the allocation of state resources. Out of the 2 billion Pakistani rupees which have been allocated to the initiative, 1.2 billion will go towards upgrading the ISPR's technological infrastructure. The remaining 723 million will be directed towards strengthening cybersecurity systems. The goal, as outlined by the ECC, is to equip the ISPR with the necessary tools to confront increasingly sophisticated misinformation campaigns that, according to the military, threaten the credibility of state institutions. The government has also reallocated 50 million Pakistani rupees from its contribution to the Shanghai Cooperation Organization budget in order to finance this new initiative aimed at combating disinformation. This move comes amid ongoing concerns about the spread of fake news often used for political manipulation. Now, General Asim Munir has previously emphasized the importance of holding inimical elements accountable for spreading false narratives and engaging in propaganda. According to a briefing provided to the ECC, the ISPR plays a central role in countering disinformation which is aimed at state institutions. To keep pace with evolving technological challenges and fulfill its growing responsibilities, the military has stressed the need for a gradual technological upgrade of the ISPR directorate in order to match the capabilities of adversarial forces. The Pakistani government has redirected funds from other departments to finance this project. The Islamabad Deputy Commissioner's Office, the Advocate General's Office, and the Islamabad Capital Territory Police have all seen their budgets reduced to make way for this initiative. And this is why the move has been criticized by Pakistanis, with many questioning why resources are being diverted from essential services to fund a military-run information operation. One Twitter user wrote that for a poor country like Pakistan, where the masses are struggling to make ends meet, this grotesque usurpation of states' resources by the military is a tragedy. Many have also raised concerns about the political implications of this initiative, especially given that the ISPR itself has been accused of manipulating narratives and spreading disinformation in the past. Another user noted that ISPR, the biggest factory of fake news, gets an additional 2 billion to fight so-called fake news with real fake news. Others raised concerns about the transparency of this funding and asked that is this what the IMF funds are being used for? One Reddit user was severely critical and said, "What new taxes the awam or the public will have to pay for this nonsense? DGISPR is the biggest purveyor of fake news in the country, and now they want billions to keep their mouths shut. The Napak Fauj and its Form 47 government is looting the country like hyenas eating flesh and bones of a carcass." This is Debdutta for The Print. Keep watching for more such videos.